Major Tory donor defects to reform with £1 million gift. He believes, and I'm sure he's right since he's given them £1 million, that reform are going to keep the non-dom status.
Right. So there are all these people, 70,000 people who are really wealthy, and they are basically saying we don't live in Britain, so we don't have to pay taxes in Britain.
Yeah.
But they're also saying we don't really live anywhere else neither.
Yeah, well, they're saying we don't live in Britain, but we will leave.
Yeah,
if
we
have to
will
pay
leave
taxes.
if you make us pay taxes.
Oh, I can just go home, go back to
Yeah,
where you live.
that would be good, wouldn't it, though, if you did go?
Well,
So
this is the thing.
how is all that rationalized in any sane way
Well,
by
the
anyone?
idea is they're wealth creators, Matt, and we'll get into that in a second.
But not their wealth is they create wealth, but they don't get taxed on any of the wealth.
Their argument is always, well, I live in a castle, and so I employ 11 house slaves. If they taxed me the way that they would do if I was a resident here, I'd be paying £50 million a year, and I'll just leave. And
Yeah.
then you won't get the 11 salaries for these housemaids that I'm a wealth
Ah.
creator. So you listen to this guy, right? This is Haider. Born in Nigeria to Lebanese parents, Mr. Haider, 54, moved in 2010 to the UK. He is a member of the World Economic Forum, always popular with the far right, particularly these days, which meets at Davos every year, and built his fortune on modernizing the communication networks of Nigeria. He diversified into other interests, including a £100 million property portfolio in the UK. So the only thing he does in the UK really is own in property. So
Mm.
that'd be quite good if he left, to be honest. But this is the big one, right? One of his companies, Optasia, is a provider of microloans in 42 of the world's poorest countries and claims to
Ooh.
have more than 900 million customers. So now you own Optasia.
Customers.
Optasia, right? It advertises itself as giving opportunity to businesses to grow in
This doesn't
Africa.
sound
It has
great.
900
900
million businesses.
million.
Yeah, I think what Optasia is, it's a predatory loan company that
Mm,
is putting people that can barely make it through the week further in debt. And that's
mm,
wealth creation. And that's what we have to
mm.
defend in this country. Just before the election in 2024, he was in The Guardian in May. I am moving. That is it. Tycoon speaks out about the end of non-dom tax status. So he said he was moving in 2020. He's still fucking here. In July, he was in the Telegraph again. He was like, I'm worth hundreds of millions and I'm leaving high tax Britain. And now he's writing again, still in the UK. He hasn't left. The other thing is, like, if you were rich, you would think like the one great thing about being rich is you can kind of do what you want. It's like if you get taxed more, you just pay it. You're rich. You're not like
Yeah.
it's like no. We have to constantly be on the run. We sleep in our shoes, never knowing when we'll have to leave the country because we'll have to pay. Like this way, like if your kids are at school, you've got friends, you've got why if you can afford to pay it, you would just pay it if you enjoyed living here. I mean, I can understand the UK, it's such a hole that if we dare make people pay any amount of money to stay here, then they'll just leave immediately because the only attraction it has is that you don't pay tax. I mean, so, well, Daddy, why do we live in this hellhole? Because I'm so greedy.